The tweet I want to talk about, Mark Borichter. This is going to be an unpopular opinion to Chiefs fans. Dot, dot,
Please,
dot.
sir. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
So this is going to be a popular opinion to Chiefs fans. The run game and the majority of carries need to go to Kareem Hunt.
Really? It's controversial?
I mean, it's a lot. You got. Well, we talked about before. There's the pro Pacheco group, pro Kareem Hunt group, and then you got the Chief fans who's one of the best for the team group. And yes, it's become a controversial opinion to a lot of the Pacheco camp.
Yeah. Obviously Tato Free said Kareem Hunt A+, Pacheco D. So we do this in totality. Okay, is what we do. All right, for the entire group. So that means some JP Ryan, and it means of course Carson Steele, all the guys that played that position. But I'll say this: the running back position, obviously, like you say, sometimes you got to run with the odd hand. And as a running back, you got to have consistency. Part of the consistency is getting him into a rhythm, okay? Running the football, get him in and out the huddle, letting him find the holes. And so sometimes guys need to get hit a few times to feel like, okay, now I'm being part of the game. Pac didn't necessarily get going. I think he had one decent run, maybe for like 6 yards, or it was like 6 or 7 yards. I think he had to go back into it, actually see. But he just never, and he dropped the pass, in the very beginning, also too. And I think, man, he just Pac's another one. He's a guy that wants to do well, like all the guys want to do well, and he can't do more than what you're supposed to do. So I love Pac and Kareem Hunt, but Kareem came in, man, he played tremendous, and he got his first down. He started pulling through. They didn't want to tackle Kareem Hunt. Sucker started getting into the secondary, and that was it. That's what Kareem Hunt did. And so Neff, right, is my nephew who was a running back. He knows exactly what that position is. Lack of vision is Pac's problem. I think so too. I think it is, and the reason you have vision problems is because he's not patient. That's the patience come with it. And I know that's why he wants to do well. So if he's just patient with it, let everything develop, fine. But we got to do some things up front to help him out too. I'm sorry. Okay, so it's not all his fault. It might be part of his vision. He's a smaller guy. But if he's able to get like a little bit, he's fine. But also too, being a smaller guy, you get hit or somebody get grabbed, you're going down. Okay, and that's what ends up happening with him. Kareem Hunt, well, you better hold on for dear life. And you better hold on some more. And so when that joker turns his body around and just start driving them legs, he's a different animal altogether. He looked like he was crowd surfing on one of them. I don't know if you see that or not. I just started laughing. But for the running backs, great. P. Ryan came in, did a good job running his routes, doing some blocks, steal as well, on special teams. But I'm gonna give the running backs, man. I'm gonna give them a B-.
I want to show this just to talk about.
Yes, sir.
I want to show this one clip that I saw online. Someone slow-moed it. I mean, this is beautiful, man. I mean, this is just unreal.
You're talking about this bounce?
I mean, just look at him find this hole. You don't see it at all. Mm-hmm. But he sees it.
Can you move us to the other side? Is that possible?
Oh, are we? Shoot! Yeah, my bad. Yeah, my bad.
Way, so we can't.
Sorry. Let's go back to it. Sorry, I just ruined that moment, guys.
Appreciate it.
I mean, to spot that. Look at that. Get skinny.
Yeah, he's running today, like, man. But he did that jump cut right there. Look at that. Yes, sir. That's it for football, folks, right there now. Whoop!
That's vision.
Slide. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what this is zone on the front side, okay? So everybody understands.
Yeah, and the thing about Pop's vision, which Chad mentioned in the chat, that was kind of his thing, his first year when he first came in. We kind of talked about that, how there wasn't much there. Last year we saw him develop big time. It was leaps and bounds from his rookie season. This year we really haven't seen him that much. Now we're seeing him, and I think YB kind of commented on it. We're seeing it now, the kind of direct comparison now between the differences between a polished RB versus a guy who's still, he's still becoming into his own.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. That's beautiful right there, baby. That is a beautiful run.
It's pretty.
Like you said, that's a jump cut vision, right? And he sees it because he kind of sets up. So he sees that peak. You see that peak of that defender? He knows immediately. Okay, fine. You got one cut on zone, one, and then you go. That's how it works. He can't cut out again. That's not how it's supposed to work. If he does, then buys beware. He's on his own. But he knows he got one cut and he goes. And that's exactly what happened. So that's a beautiful run right there. Beautiful run. So he's been doing it for a long time, man. He knows exactly what he's doing. That's second nature to him. And Pop, man, is I wish I showed the very first one that he ran. Cassetto came off on Humphreys, blew him up in the backfield, got his arm on him, and just pulled him down. Creed got to do a much better job, getting on that guy. But it started out with him and Mike Caliendo. Mike got to help him out on that double team going up to the linebacker. Okay. And I wish I had gotten that and showed it, Marcus, but that is part of like fundamentals of technique that you have to do, especially on zone. Like you see these two guys, and I'll probably have it where they're fighting. Creed is coming off, Mike Caliendo is coming off with him. They got to be in sync with one another, going the same way. Mike turns his shoulder. So in essence, what he's doing is he's pushing on the defender, and Creed's pushing on the defender. And what you're doing is you're fighting against each other, as opposed to being side by side with each other, moving up to the next level. So that ain't Park's fault. It's not. So it's just what it is, man. But that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Want to make some quick cash and have fun during the NFL playoffs? Well, it's time to embrace your inner underdog. Over the last 3 weeks, we have given 11 selections, and we have cashed on 10 of those, predicting higher or lower on multiple different player statistics. So we are ready to continue this heater into the playoffs. So if you have yet to download the Underdog app, do so now and get free cash. Click the link in the description or use promo code CHIEFCONCERNS, one word, to claim your free pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. It's NFL playoff season, so let's continue to keep the good vibes in 2025.
O-line grade. So I'll try to make this short. But the O-line did a decent job. Of course, there was a couple plays that guys just didn't get the job done. What I've been yearning for all year is for guys to come out the football and hit guys in the mouth. Anytime we have trap blocks, we run power. Anytime that we run zone, I'm looking for the fits to be seamless in how I know they're supposed to be. Okay. And that's how I'm going to grade the guys. And so for me, I didn't see enough of that. Very first of it, you can tell these guys are going up against each other for the past couple of weeks. They just need somebody else to hit. So sometimes you're not in that live action. It absolutely shows itself. Okay. And I do believe that it kind of, you can see it. You can see it at times on film. At times I would see the kick out, not getting up underneath them. Mike Caliendo, got to root him out, man. You can't just put your hands on him. When you coming over here, you got to come over here with bad intentions when you kicking people out. Same thing up front. When we sitting over here, we're moving up to the next level. We got to make sure that our hips are together, hands up, and moving up to the next level. Help your guy beside you out. That's the way it works. Juwan Taylor, you got to be mean when you're coming down all right, on the double team with Trey Smith, or Trey goes to the backside linebacker. Creed Humphrey, you got to be mean. You come against Tim Settle, you got to overtake the block, okay? I need to see some grittiness, some meanness from our O-line when it comes into the playoffs, man. We need to get down and dirty, right? That's what I need to see. Sometimes become the issue because we're throwing the football enough that we don't have these guys don't have a chance to do that. So Optimistic James is asking, can DJ Humphries do the things that that Joe Tooney is doing? Can he help out in the run game? Absolutely. One thing that DJ Humphrey you don't ever have to worry about is this man coming off the football and hitting guys in the mouth. I think that's one of the strong points in his game is he comes off, man, and he'll absolutely light guys up. And he's one of those that he'll jump on you, he'll hit your legs, hit you into the side. He's an older, crappier guy, and that's what I'm saying. How can Humphrey help the run game? He ain't playing constantly in 2.5, constantly in 2.5. You talking about Humphrey, DJ Humphreys, or you talking about Creed Humphrey?
It's good. It's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah. Who you talking about? But let me finish my point. He's, those guys got to do more of that. Okay. They have to do more of it. And I need to see a much more grittier and grimier offensive line. That's what I need to see. So Pat ain't plug and play. He extra work, JD. He extra work, DJ. I don't know. DJ, I think. So Creed is fine. Creed is fine. He needs to be better on certain plays. Sometimes when Creed comes up against, DJ Humphrey, I'll talk about Creed first. Sometimes Creed comes up against some big boys up front, and he's going to be finding some coming in this week against the Bills. He's got to take it over, and it's going to be tough, especially, man, when these guys are just good at penetrating, getting up the field. He's got to come off the ball when he's snapping it. Okay, there's times that Creed has gotten beat. Okay, he just needs to be better. Okay, and that's like taking it over. Look, I played this game. I played 160-something games. Okay, 160-something games. I know how hard that is for a guy to do it consistently over and over again. He's going to lose some. Like I said, let me talk to myself. Yes, these guys are going to lose some battles. Some they're going to win. We know that. We want consistency. That's what Optimistic James talking about. DJ Humphrey, is he consistent to do it? For 2.5 years, DJ Humphrey, he can block his tail off. He absolutely can. Can he hold up against a pass rush? Could DJ Humphrey give us what Joe Tooney gave us in the game? That's the question. That's the question. Because if he can, then he needs to be in there. We need to move Joe Tooney back down to left guard. Joe Tooney, and you can see in space some of the blocking, how it's different from a guard and a tackle. And it's just technique. It's things that you just know. I'm just making it. I'm just telling you. Because sometimes you're going to have a wide guy that tackles had to get out there on and open up, cross over, and all those different things, and root out and get up underneath them. So that's the way it's got to work. DJ is no Tooney. We ain't saying DJ's Tooney. I'm not saying that. But Tooney is better than Mike Caliendo. And DJ and Joe Tooney is a better combination in my book than Tooney and Mike Caliendo. And it's not taking anything away from Mike Caliendo at all. So I'm not comparing DJ to the Tooney, but don't get it wrong, man. Don't think that DJ's chopped liver. I don't know why everybody's just thinking this. We wouldn't call this guy in if he was. If he didn't hurt his knee, DJ Humphrey will still be employed by somebody. I guarantee that. Okay, and that's the only reason he was on the block is because of the injury. So he's been trying to get himself back. So I'm one of those, Marcus. Shoot, if this is 1 year for DJ Humphrey, who's to sitting there say, why not try to get him again somewhere else for another year or extend it?
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, that's where I'm at. If his knee starts getting healthier and all that, man, why not? Why not?
I'd like to see him I mean, if we do extend him, right, if we do re-sign him for another like a short-term deal, they obviously see something in practice they like. But for me as a fan, I would like to see a little bit more sample size from him in game if we were to do that, just so I can see what we're getting ourselves into. Because so far, what we've gotten, not enough to say. Let me ask you, because last time we played Buffalo, we had Wanye out there. Do you have your notes from that week? I'm just curious. I don't remember off the top of my head what you had said about the O-line that week against Buffalo.
You know what? I'm not sure, but from what I said, I think I said I don't think Wanye played a terrible game. Obviously, he was still playing hurt. We know that. Part of the problem was because he just wasn't able to anchor. He wasn't as stout and strong, and that's what we need up front. Okay, and this is going to go from O line to D line. We got to be stout up front. This game that we about to walk into, okay, with the Buffalo Bills, the game is going to be won up front. I want everybody to understand this. Okay, this game, for everything else around them, the game is going to be won up front. The Bills have a great O line. If they start teeing off on our defensive tackles and getting up to our linebackers, it's going to be a long game for us. Because then Cook gets off, Josh Allen starts getting off. Okay, you see Ray Davis come in. He starts slashing him a little bit. Hey, we cannot do it on D line. We got to be stout on that. Same thing on our offensive line. Okay, we got to stop the pass rush, but we got to establish the run. They got Milano back. Okay, who's a great linebacker, but we got to be able to get up to Milano. Okay, and I'm talking about we got to roll great guys. We got to have guys that's in there that are nasty, that are tough, that are hungry. We got those guys. Our guys are those guys. Okay, make no mistake about it. So I don't care if it's Mike Caliendo, Joe Tooney, DJ Humphrey, Juwan Taylor, Wanye Morris. I don't care who it is that comes in the game. They got to come in and play with some nastiness. Pure and simple. Those guys know that. I ain't telling them something they don't already know. Okay? So this is probably part of it is like the hype up answer is what I'm giving them. Okay? These guys could be that much better because I know they are. So hopefully they got this underneath their belt, man. But it's going to be a dogfight come Sunday. It's going to be an absolute dogfight. And I tell you what, these guys are going to get ready. They better be in the weight room throwing up some weights. They be throwing some things around now, some caddies. Get the Cadillacs. That's what it is. So that's how it works, man. In the NFL, for this game up here, it is won in the trenches for this game. I promise you. Okay, you heard it here first. So
maybe something we'll talk about on Wednesday, but as of right now, you would not be surprised if they say DJ Humphries is our left tackle going into Sunday. You wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't be surprised. Look, not at all. Not at all. So I know people's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Okay. Well, if you want to make it better, you might have to do some tinkering to it. You might have to fix it. So if part of the problem has been some of your run game and see some of the fits, maybe you sitting there thinking like, we maybe need to tinker a little bit. Maybe we need to switch it up somewhat. I ain't got no problem with it. Look, I'm good either way, Marcus. Look, let me make this clear for everybody out here, okay? So while we sitting here, we saying this as a definitive answer. I will always defer everything to Andy, to how he feels about it. He knows how the guys look, what they're sitting there saying, how they breathe, how they eat. He sees it all. And Andy, and Head too. He knows. Those guys know. Okay? I'm always defer for them. They know better than I do. All right? So that's why I'll leave it. I'm fine whoever they put in. Because they trust them. If they put them in, they trust them. All right? Shoot. If they like it, I love it. If they like it, I love it. So
and also too, like you're not just saying this yourself. Reed said this weeks ago that when DJ Humphries was healthy, he would be the guy at left tackle. So like maybe he's not as healthy as they say, but he did say this. So like you're saying this obviously, but Andy Reid also said this. So for people saying if ain't broke, don't fix it. Obviously, DJ Humphries is not ready yet, but Andy did say when he was healthy, he would be their guy. So
absolutely. And so if he's sitting there saying we will see how this looks, and That's they're evaluating. Okay, they're not ruling out. If it was the definitive answer, like no, Tooney got it, Joe's got it. That's what we're
Exactly.
doing.
Yeah,
So
there wouldn't have been that rotation last week.
absolutely, it's full evaluation. From what we understand, DJ Humphries got 70% of the snaps in practice. That's who he was getting. And I see my guy on here, Don Peters, said, man, they probably needed to run live. Yeah, I'm sure. As close to live as you possibly can. Okay. That's the thing about when you get into playoffs, there's only certain things you could possibly do so you don't hope guys don't get hurt over something silly, And yeah, guys want to go live, but sometimes guys get hurt like that. God, why not go live? So you don't want to be that. You don't want to be that. So
yeah. So obviously we'll be monitoring the left tackle spot again for the next another week of doing that. So we'll be monitoring that all week.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jay. Now we're going to go to the other side of the ball. We're going Spags. By the way, look at this pregame Spags, man. He's got his bag there. That's where he's got all his toys and all his plays in there.
Hold on. Kanata said, I don't agree with that. That's why they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Who said that? Did Andy say that?
As far as I know, Andy did not say that.
Andy didn't say that. So who's making these quotes? If Andy said that quote, okay, fine. I have yet to hear Andy say, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Maybe y'all could bring it up. I haven't heard that. All I've heard Andy say is, I'm going to see what DJ Humphries is. Okay? That's, and to be honest with you, that's what we do as coaches. We evaluate guys every single day. Okay? And we look at, and just like I'm doing, I got my notes, I'll take my little pen. You know what Andy does? When Andy Heck, he said, how does DJ look today? And Andy's getting his eyes on him every single day. And he's sitting there saying, how's he look? How's he moving? You think he's ready? What do you feel like going with? Is it Joe this week? Is Tooney better? Is this okay? All right. That's the evaluation. So when we keep hearing we use all these sayings and we broke, don't fix. Hey man, ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, sometimes you will make things better. So if you can't improve things, absolutely do it. That's a quote. You can make improvements. There's room for improvement. So,
yeah.
All right.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.